Welcome back to the show, everybody. Check out these headlines. The technical analysts are showing us that there is something coming. Watch out, ladies and gentlemen. And we also know that the automated market makers, became a permanent feature of the XRP ledger. Well, let me tell you something. There is a hurdle in front of us when it comes to that. Be careful, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to give you the details right now. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on Twitter and YouTube and digperspectives.com for exclusive content at the top of the screen. $2.61 trillion market cap for crypto. The market is up 1.4%. 65,600 plus for Bitcoin right now. 3,400 plus for Ethereum. Tether market cap 104.3 billion plus. XRP at the number 6 spot and is 63 cents, up 1.5 on the 24, up 2.4 on the 7-day. Range of prices between 61 and 63 cents. We will keep an eye on it. I tell you, there's something going on today, and I don't know what it is, but you're going to love what these technical analysts have to say. And today we're going to look at a few of them because that's the thing. When I start seeing multiple technical analysts suggesting a certain scenario and it all sounds relatively close here, we better start watching what's going on. So let's take a look at this. It's I Trust Capital, ladies and gentlemen. The only thing better than buying crypto is buying tax-free crypto. This is exactly what I do inside of my I Trust Capital IRA. And let me tell you what I did here, and you can do it too. I knew that the Bitcoin spot ETFs were coming, so I said, you know what, regardless of what I understand that Bitcoin's really not designed for payments, people love it, and BlackRock's getting in, Fidelity's getting in. I said, you know what, I'm going to get some exposure to it. So instead of doing it on an exchange where I'd have to pay the capital gains, I decided, why not build a portfolio inside of my I Trust Capital, which I've had for a long time, but start to expand it. So I got my Bitcoin exposure inside of I Trust Capital's IRA, and every bit of the experience I've gained from the whatever it was when I got it to what it is now has been tax-free gains that I will be able to experience when I'm 59. I'm loving this, and you will too. Click the link to my sponsor below. And by the way, get a ticket to XRP Las Vegas and come hear the CEO talk on stage as he's going to deal with comparing traditional finance to things like what I Trust Capital and digital assets are like. So this is going to be a remarkable time, ladies and gentlemen. Get your ticket. And then there's this. Oh boy. Pinocchio, a.k.a. Elizabeth Warren. This week, she introduced a ultra millionaire tax. It's time for millionaires and billionaires to start paying their fair share. Well, she's a millionaire. She's a multimillionaire. And what I find interesting about all of this is that, meanwhile, Senator Warren is flying on private jets and demonizing ultra millionaires, and she's one of them. You know what? It's time for Pinocchio to pack her bags, ladies and gentlemen. Go to johndeatonforsenate.com and donate whatever you can. Even if you don't live in Massachusetts, John Deaton needs our help. And you know what? He came to our aid when we needed him. It's time for us to do it for him now, because I'm going to tell you something. This guy is a real leader, and he is going to get in Massachusetts and unseat Elizabeth Warren, and we're going to help him do it. And when he does, he's going to restore Massachusetts back to the people and remain a crypto advocate for the entire space. We can use people like him. And certainly Senator Chuck Grassley here would like John Deaton to be a part of the Senate. And I could say that, and he doesn't even know John Deaton that I'm aware of. But I'll tell you this, he's going to know about him because Digital Asset Investor and myself went to D.C. last week so we could meet Senator Chuck Grassley directly. And courtesy of being invited by Empower Oversight, Tristan Levitt and Jason Foster. Shout out to that amazing organization and all they've done to hold the SEC accountable, and still do, by the way. This is an effort that's not going away because we are fighting for all of crypto, a level playing field for all of crypto. Let's give Senator Chuck Grassley a follow on his Twitter page. Let's see if we can't get him to 1 million followers, ladies and gentlemen. He is doing a lot of great work inside the Beltway, and he does not mind telling you that he has a very negative view about a lot of other people that are in Capitol Hill and Congress, and he's not afraid to voice that publicly, no doubt about it. He's one of the rare few in that group. And then here we see this, JP Morgan unlocking $120 billion in value in cross-border payments. Look how they want to do it using automated market makers. You can see it right here, right? This is the wave of the future, these automated market makers and liquidity pools, ladies and gentlemen. JP Morgan knows it and Ripple knows it. That's why that became a permanent part of the ledger 2 days ago on the 22nd. But you know what? Let's keep an eye on what's going on here because XRP Passive Income Opportunity, XRP Ledger Automated Market Makers finally launches, and with 121 XRP liquidity pools live in 2 days. Whoa! That's a number. Over 121 liquidity pools created in just 48 hours. Well, stay with me here. RippleX comes out and says we've identified a discrepancy in a few, not all of them, in a few automated market maker pools in which transactions are not executing as intended. Our engineering team is working to resolve the issue alongside community participants out of an abundance of caution. It is best not to deposit new funds into AMM pools for now, and those holding liquidity LP tokens, which are liquidity pool tokens, consider redeeming them. We'll provide updates on this thread as soon as possible. So that is the recommendation right now. It's not all of the automated market maker pools. It's a few of them. So give them a little bit of time to sort out exactly which ones, what it is that's wrong. It may not be the same exact bug for everything. And other public service announcement is if you are going to participate in the automated market maker, don't put just one asset in because it ends up skewing the balance of the liquidity pool. If you're going to participate, as I understand it right now, you want to make sure you're using a pair of currencies. So if you decide to go USDC to XRP, or if you do some other pairing, make sure you're splitting that 50-50 so you're not messing up the balance of the pool, which can change the price. Give you an example we shared yesterday very quickly. There were one-sided deposits made with just XRP into a USDC pool, which ended up liquidating the price of XRP all the way down to 30-some cents. Think of it. So when you load the pool, the liquidity pool out of balance, you're really diminishing the value of one asset on one side, right? So make sure if you do that, you're splitting it 50-50 with the pair you want to be involved in. Now, then there's this. Look at the numbers in just 48 hours here. Shocking that people saw this as a failure. What a great start. Shout out to Michael Markets. He's going to be at XRP Las Vegas, by the way. Come on in. I can't wait to meet that guy in person. And Vet right here says, perspectives matter. The XRP Ledger automated market maker has 1.5 million USD in total value locked up, which is TVL, in 24 hours. More than Uniswap in the first 3 months of existence. So this little bug and this little discrepancy issue here is going to get worked out. And we're already crushing what Uniswap was doing in 24 hours, let alone the first 3 months of its existence, right? Shout out to Vet for those numbers and Michael Markets, because that really does let us know exactly where we are here. The demand for this is screaming to come to market. And I tell you, I know it's live and it's here, but wait till institutions decide to start playing around with their own liquidity pools and market makers. And then add in the introduction of an XRP ETF. And then you have the demand to custody the asset to support the fund they've created. There will be multiple funds, just like we see multiple funds of the spot Bitcoin ETF, right? And now you have a demand of people to buy the asset on an institutional level for their clients and the ETF funds. And then you're going to create a demand for the market makers that are making markets every single day for payments for inside the financial system, or even outside, inside of the like secondary market of moving money, which is like the MoneyGrams of the world and the Western Unions, right? The Qualexes, the Mercury FX, all of those. So when you think about the demand, and even when banks get into this thing, they're going to need it every day to make payments. Then you got the people that need the investment groups, banks that need to buy it for the backing the funds. This is going to create, I believe, the Shane Ellis theory. Well, then you're going to see huge demand just continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger and stronger and stronger and stronger, because they all need it. That's how the price goes up. Just saying. Not financial advice. Here's what else makes the price go up. It's the one and only egg rag crypto, ladies and gentlemen. A distraction is coming. The chart is sending a clear signal. We could be mirroring the 2017 cycle, which I hope we are. And that shows in the white fractal. And it says here, if history repeats, a significant correction of 30 to 40% could be on the horizon for Bitcoin before the bull run resumes. And if that's the case, maybe that ends up being some kind of tether thing that dials tether in, gets it where it needs to be. While this correction looms, the fate of alts hangs in the balance. Some of the alts may bleed, while others could defy the trend and outperform, as we've recently witnessed. Personally, I'm rooting for Bitcoin to surge higher, paving the way for alts to potentially 50 or 100x. This is Bitcoin right here, as you can see, and there's the white fractal, right? So this is where we currently are, right? So you can see here, they might see some kind of a retrace in this moment if we are going to play out, right? You can see this come back down to that fractal, in fact, right? Or just play down back to this major line of support here and then bounce off of there. We don't know what it'll do, but to his point, I hope we see continue to surge so we can see that 50, 100x for altcoins. That's what I'd like to see. But let's move to the next thing here, because there's a few things I want to show you on the next several charts. I brought a few in because I wanted you to see these, because I do feel like we are in a pivotal moment. So now this is an XRP chart, and Egg Rag Crypto again shows this XRP bingo and dingo analysis in the blue section. XRP is just ranging in the accumulation zone. Anything above the bingo green line is bullish. Anything below the dingo line, which is this red line down here, and this one here, is going to be bearish, right? So we break down below this, you know you're headed into bearish territory, and the next support lines you can see at 59, 55, 53, and 48. So don't rule out, because, you know, I'll tell you, look, I'll just show you this right here. Look at these giant wicks before 2017 and 2018, I believe that was, right? So you look at that, and if that's right, and I think that is the period of time we were looking at, but even if it isn't, look at what happened, how huge it wicked down before going up a little bit, retracing sideways, and then boom, to the moon, right? So very interesting there. That might have been 2021, I don't know, but never, or even just a few weeks ago. But the reality here is that this is super exciting, because we are in such a critical moment, in a critical window. And if you look at this, even if it plays out and dances around in this zone, you could go all the way into June and July and then possibly see some kind of huge explosion as well. So we are on the edge of it, however it goes. There's more evidence of that here in this chart as well. And we're going to see some other people. So stay with me here, because I think all of this stuff really matters, what's showing up on these charts. And if you notice, we're looking at different methods of looking at these charts too now, right? So support and resistance here, non-logarithmic, logarithmic. You're seeing all of these patterns being shared here. The W10 pattern, you can see that playing out right here, right? Looks very similar to that. And 102, 116, 44 again could be the worst case scenario if we see some kind of retracement or bad news, whether it be Tether or something bad furthermore for Ethereum that affects the market. You know, then despite the negativity, XRP is closing its 3-monthly candle in March. By breaking the multi-year resistance, this is 1 week left to close the last candle. Above it, the initial targets will be 188 and 585. And this is a more macro look here at the 3-month candle, right? Every one of these is each candle formed in 3 months. So each one of these is 3 months. So you get more of a macro view of this. And it's speaking very much about a bullish push here. You can see closing above this 66 cents mark at the end of the month here is going to show a bullish signal trend to head towards the first target of 188 and then eventually work its way, probably some retracement. You know how it goes up, hits, and then comes back down. You see how all this looks, right? So it'd be the same, and then eventually headed towards 585, right? So, and then eventually $18, right? So now let's go. Now that's a macro look at that W10 pattern and a 3-month candle chart. Now here we go back to the 1-month chart here, and Egg Rad Crypto shows us, I like this with a couple bands here where you can see these bands, these bull market line bands, where you saw it didn't break out here, comes back in this channel, and then does break out here, right? So then you come down to this band and you see where we are here. And again, we've had this hit resistance here, right? Fell back, then broke through, it poked through, but then came back through, hit resistance here, capitulates, you know, kind of rolls over, falls back, tests the support line. Now we're here. So if we get that bullish line and we break out above 85 cents, some pullback area, then 250 is our mark, and then on up to 350 and $10, some pullback vibe, $27, and then on to the races in the moon, right? So this is a 1-month chart, and everything's still looking super bullish, even if we have a retracement in the 40-some cent range, right? It's still, the chart looks amazing. So now look at this from Block Bulls, who's been dropping some serious bombs too. And Block Bulls is showing here the 2017, 2018 bull run we're all aware of, but you can see where that 6-year resistance is coming into play. Here's your channel for it right here, right? So this is the channel for all of this right here. And then we see going into this where we're currently at. Whoa! Think of this for a moment. 6 years since we've seen the all-time high, 3 of which we've been underneath the suppression of the SEC court case. Think of it for a moment. We are on the last piece to that puzzle, and by the way, a lot of that's going to be redacted and sealed. I bet it is the answer I've got to that one. And all I can say is we all have a ticket to the show. How amazing is that? We're going into the Freedom Zone, ladies and gentlemen. I'm super excited to see where all of this goes with Ripple and XRP. I can tell you that. But at the same time, I have to tell you, I'm just as excited about what we're going to talk about here in the Freedom Zone. And it's about freedom. Much more beyond censorship and everything that we have to deal with out here on these platforms. I'm talking about real freedom for every human being on earth, and the fact that we don't have it. And I'm going to give you a couple examples of it today that are going to chill you to the bone. I hope you'll join us inside the Freedom Zone. Go to digperspectives.com and click the Freedom Zone, and you can support the channel for almost next to nothing. A cup of coffee costs more these days than what this does, and you're going to get content every single day, no doubt about it. All right, we'll see you in the Freedom Zone. It's not financial advice from me or anyone else. We're going to get started right now. All